Now at 9, the fallout continues over San Francisco's police response to an unsanctioned skateboarding event over the weekend. 32 people were handcuffed and 81 teens were fined at Dolores Park.
Thanks for joining us tonight on KRON 4 News at 9 o'clock. I'm Grant Lotus.
And I'm Ella Sigamonian. Police showing up in riot gear to disperse hundreds of skateboarders Saturday night.
That's right. Tonight, we're hearing from city leaders, and KRON 4's Amanda Harry joins us live in the studio with more on that. Amanda, this is a mess.
Supervisor Mandelman says the Hill bombing has been a chaotic event for a number of years, and by comparison, Saturday's event was a quiet one. But some other city leaders say they're shocked by what happened. Hundreds of bikers and skaters zooming down San Francisco's Dolores Street Saturday night. The non-sanctioned event, referred to as the Dolores Hill Bomb, happens every year. But this time, police officers showed up in riot helmets to intervene. Mayor London Breed's office defended the police response in a statement. Quote, people assaulted police officers, set fires, and vandalized property, including Muni vehicles. Individuals on Saturday were arrested over an hour after they were ordered to disperse by police and as people continued to destroy property. The mayor also mentioned the 2020 event, when a 23-year-old man died after he was hit by a skateboarder and crashed his bike. An hour later, another bicyclist crashed into a pedestrian. Supervisor for the district, Raphael Mandelman, says the police response over the weekend also helped the event to stay rather safe.
By the standards of the last several years, when there have been stabbings and sideshows and all manner of craziness, Saturday night was actually much better than it has been in a number of recent years.
But co-president of the San Francisco Latinx Democratic Club, Kevin Ortiz, says the level of policing did not match the crime.
Arrested and, having their constitutional rights violated in the manner that they did, like with being held for hours and hours on end, many of them urinating on themselves, being zip-tied for hours on the bus.
Ortiz says the event could be safer with more police presence, but it has to be done in the right way.
There's a historical kind of tension between the skate community as well as the Latino community and the police in general, right? And so having an over-police state for a community event only is going to increase tensions, right? Which actually makes things a lot unsafer as the tension begins to rise.
In a tweet, Supervisor Dean Preston called the response an abuse of power, a waste of money, and that inflicted trauma on young people. Mandelman disagrees.
With all due respect to my colleague to the north, no neighborhood should have to deal with impacts like what the Hill bomb has been creating over the last several years. So I think it was necessary. I think there are probably some things we could do to improve the city response in the future. I think the actions of the police department and the MTA are going to be re-examined in minute detail over the coming weeks. And if there were mistakes, I think there will be opportunities to fix them.
Supervisor Mandelman says he's received a number of calls and emails from people who live in the area. Most said they were grateful it was less hectic than previous years and there were no serious injuries. In the studio, Amanda Harry, KRON 4 News.